Hello and welcome to Crafters TV. Welcome to Monday Makers. It's Monday, it's 6 o'clock. Of course, that is, as always, our slot for our fantastic Monday Makers shows, bringing you lots of amazing products, as always, and of course, plenty of demonstration and inspiration along the way, of course, too. Now, it's not just me for this show. He's been here all day. He's been providing us with the most incredible demonstrations, a lot of them centered around our brand new All Hallows Eve collection, and I know he's ready and raring to go for yet another 2 hours packed full of amazing demos. Of course, he's joining us from the other side of the studio. It is Craig. Craig, we're back for another 2 hours. Looking forward to this one again.
Yes, 2 hours again, so this time being the Monday Makers. We had, of course, as Lilly was saying, that epic launch earlier on with All Hallows Eve. I think you can still get selective items across there on the website. It is still there in selection little individuals, as well as a few other things. You can have a look, you'll find it across there. But yeah, we're now going to be moving into Monday Makers here, where we're going to be having a look at our half creator card dies. We're going to be having a look at our treat boxes. So that's the picnic and the Prism ones. But what we're going to do is I'm conscious of the fact of when we've had them a few times as of late, we'll either do the box or we'll do the Prism box. So what we're going to do when it comes to the picnic boxes, we're going to actually make one of the exploding elements to it. So we're going to do that within this show. We're going to have a look at the penguin stamps. We're going to be having a look at some of the concertina dies as well. So it's going to be a really lovely couple of hours.
Fabulous. A great mix of different sorts of products. We're going to be taking you through Christmas items, everyday items, and of course lots of amazing demonstrations, I know, like we've had throughout the day already. Now, we did just quickly touch on that brand new launch, that All Hallows Eve collection. It was so popular. We literally launched it this morning and it's pretty much flown out the door. Unfortunately, that Showstopper collection is no longer available. However, if you've missed out on that, don't worry. There are still individuals over on the website. Make sure that you do check out the website because you will find all the individuals. The only ones that you can't get on your own is that A4 cardstock. Everything else you can pick up as an individual, so there still are a few options when it comes to that fabulous new All Hallows Eve collection. But let that be a warning to you guys at home. We have got our amazing Craft Spooktacular event happening this week. We've got another brand new launch happening tomorrow. If you want to go for that launch, which believe you me, you certainly will. You know, I always talk about my favourite sort of dies. Well, we've given them a Halloween twist and they are launching tomorrow. So if you like those as much as I do, make sure you get in early to make sure that you have got your order in and you've got those winging their way to you. Just let that be a little bit of a word to a wise when it comes to that one. However, I did just mention our Craft Spooktacular event. That's happening all this week, right through from yesterday all the way through till Thursday night. We've got some of the most amazing Halloween launches. However, we do also have some amazing deals happening over on the website. If you check out that homepage of the website, you will see the little banner for Craft Spooktacular. Make sure you click onto that because we have got some fantastic Halloween themed items in there with some great discounts on some of those as well. But we've also got a ghostly points hunt. What's that all about? Now, if you have a look at some of those images for the products on that page of the website, you'll notice the eagle-eyed amongst you that some of them have got a little ghost icon within that photograph. Find those ones, add them to your basket, get them checked out, and not only do you get the fabulous prices that we have attached to those, you will also get extra bonus points, 25 bonus points on every single one of those that you find. And now, I'll give you a little sneaky peek. Inkdaubers. Just have a little look for those. That'll give you a little head start on some of those ghostly points hunts, but make sure you check that out. Great fun and some great savings to be had as well. Now, we've been talking a lot about Halloween throughout the day here on Crafters TV. We're going to switch a little bit back to what is my favourite season to craft for, and of course that has to be Christmas. I absolutely adore my Christmas crafting. There is always something so magical about getting all your festive crafty stash out and just having a good old play. Maybe you've got your Christmas film on in the background. Maybe it's going to be Christmas songs that you're playing, or maybe you're just by the fire, cup of hot cocoa, just getting into the festivities. There's something that is so special about our Christmas crafting. Perhaps so you're a little bit like me, and those special cards you have to make, you leave them a little bit last minute, and maybe you need a real quick make when it comes to your Christmas cards. Well, this collection is absolutely going to take care of that, but it's going to take care of that with complete and utter style and finesse every single time. This is your Christmas half creator card die collection. You are getting as part of this amazing collection 6 dies in total for a Platinum Club price today of £77.47 or $90.97. We had a little look at these on this morning's wake-up call. We're going to look at them in even more detail tonight. I know Craig's got yet another incredible demonstration lined up when it comes to these gorgeous dies. And these are, in my mind, what I call it like a cross between a creator card die and an edgeable die. What I mean by that is when you cut these through your cardstock, it is one pass through that die cutting machine that will give you that gorgeous die cut result. One half will stay within your cardstock, just like we know and love with an edgeable die. But that other side will actually cut out of your cardstock. So that gives you lots of options when it comes to the different concepts you can create with these. Maybe it's just going to be on the edge of a card. Maybe you're going to have it on the diagonal. That works a treat with some of these designs. Maybe it's going to be on a twisted easel, on a fold back. So many different options. But like Craig showed us this morning, you don't just have to use it on the side of your card. You can actually be trimming all around that left-hand side there to use it as a separate embellishment. First up, we have our Under the Tree. Now this one is very, very limited stock. The only way you can get this particular design is as part of the bundle. So if you love this design as much as I do and you were loving Craig's demonstration this morning, you're going to have to go for this bundle in order to get your hands on that gorgeous design. Next up, we have our gorgeous, joyous poinsettia. I mean, straight away you look at that and you think paper piecing, don't you? You've got those lovely large open designs, making your paper piecing nice and easy to do. Maybe if you're new to paper piecing, this would be a great one to start. And like we always talk about, I know Craig talks about this an awful lot, think of your selective paper piecing. You don't have to paper piece that full design. Sometimes it can be even more impactful just to pick out certain areas of that design and choose to paper piece those bits rather than the full design. Maybe it's just going to be the centre of those petals, not the leaves, but however you're choosing to work with this, you're going to get the most striking, fabulous finished result. Next up, we have our pretty baubles, and you'll notice it's the same with every single one of these 6 designs. They are real statement large dies. These are going to fill the front of a 6x6 inch card base with size, lay them up a little bit more, and of course, they're going to take care of your 8x8s very, very easily. Really stylish design with this one. It works a treat. Just cut into your white cardstock, maybe bringing out some of your inks, perhaps with those ink finger daubers, and then picking out a little bit of that detail. But with some of these, you could absolutely be snipping into them. Snip into those couple of baubles, and that can be a separate embellishment, and you've got even more options with these gorgeous designs. Another one which I absolutely love for paper piecing is your Jubilant Bells. Beautiful design that we've got in here, but with a little bit of clever placement onto there. Maybe you're going to snip off some of the holly. That could absolutely be used all year round, perhaps for wedding bells. That would work an absolute treat. So don't just think about these for Christmas, think about how you could perhaps be using them for other occasions as well. Then we come on to our Winter Snowflake, a really elegant design, another one that works an absolute treat on white and white. Maybe it's just going to have a slight metallic drop shadow. How elegant would that be? But perhaps just a frame around the edge, a little bit of a sentiment, and you've got a really elegant card good to go in little to no time at all, which quite frankly, if you leave your Christmas mates till the last minute, is absolutely what we need. Now, Craig had an amazing craft along just a couple of weeks ago with this beautiful design, this one being our Yuletide wreath. Another one that works a treat with colouring this one up. So maybe cut it in white in your Nina cardstock, bring out some of your pens, perhaps they're going to be our illustrators we've actually got on tonight's show, and start to colour up that design for a real striking finished image with that gorgeous wreath. So all 6 designs that I've just shown you are coming to you today if you're part of our fabulous Platinum Club for £77.47 or $90.97. Like I say, really large scale dies that you will be using year in, year out when it comes to your Christmas designs. They really are classic imagery, which is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I know Craig's got an amazing demonstration lined up using this collection of Christmas half crate card dies. Craig, which one are we going to play with first?
Right, let's have a look at the Snowflake. We'll play with the Snowflake.
Lovely.
And then this is the one that I done within Wake Up Call this morning. So we used the Illustrator pens to go in and colour over the die cut area. Here is one with the snowflake, but it doesn't just have to be on the edge. You could create it into, I mean, look at that one, really nice. Imagine just a little name in there. What a lovely little name placement setting that would be. What about doing your paper piecing? Coming along and doing paper piecing, maybe just put a layer of acetate at the back so you've got something to stabilise the paper pieced elements. Talking about paper piecing, there is one just here, just gone in with the petals of the poinsettia where it's been paper pieced. doing a drop shadow there. Now that one there, it's not even actually on the edge of a card, it's actually a separate component. So the craft card and the gold cardstock was a separate square being die cut and then doing a drop shadow. This one being cut into an inner frame that we can see here. A couple more. There's the one that I've done within the craft along a couple of weeks. So really stripped it back quite substantially so that if you are a beginner, you will absolutely be able to recreate that. So let's dive in and let's get some cutting done here. So what I've done is I've taken some of our blue Centura Pearl. So it's a royal blue, and we're going to go, let's go back in there because I need the die. We're going to go in and we're going to use the Snowflake. So when it comes to each of these this one specifically, the Snowflake, what you've got is you've got all of the detailed die cuts. So all of that is beautifully detailed within the Snowflake. What you've then got is on the left-hand side. At the moment, the way that you're looking at it, it's on the left-hand side, but it will then be on the right-hand side. You've got your outside cutting edge. There's no outside cutting edge on this side, so that's going to stay within your card. This stock's going to release out your card. You've got the top of your cutting point at the top, and you've got another one down there at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I've gone in with my Centura Pearl, this one, the Royal Blue, 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I've scored it 1 inch all the way around on the box lid side. So let's just bring in just quickly our scoreboard, just so you can see. We went in with our scoreboard up against our box lid side, and then I have scored at 1 inch all the way around. So just twisting each time, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. I know there was a masterclass not that long ago where it was all about box making when it comes to the scoreboards. You'll find that on the website. When it comes to the box lid, or the box base I should say, cardstock same size, 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I've scored at 1 inch on the right hand side. And the reason that we do that is, as I say, you can go to the masterclass on YouTube. I'll give you a little brief explanation here. The measurements along the top of our scoreboards, they are correct. They are true to life. So if you wanted to act as that as a ruler or a rule in some form, you can absolutely do that. That's true to measurement. Down here though, you've also got 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, etc., from right hand side to left. That isn't a true measurement. That's just out by a couple of millimeters. That's to take into account the box base. So then therefore the lid will nicely sit over the top of your box base. Now for me, I find it hard to score upwards at the 1 inch. So that's why what I do is I will turn it round upside down, and then I've then got it on my left hand side. It's easier to score. So that's why I always turn it around when it comes to my box base. So what I can then do is let's go back in with what will be the top component. Done a little bit of experimenting the other day that didn't quite work, and I'll talk you through that just shortly. So you know what I was thinking and where I was going with my initial idea that didn't come to fruition. Now what I'm going to do within this one here is I'm just going to line these up onto my grids within my glass mat. And then all that I am doing at this moment in time, I'm just going to eyeball it. You can go in with a little score line, or you can go in with a little pencil line if you want to. And then what we can then do is then we can just secure it. Now this is going to be the part of the box lid that's going to cut away. So I'm going to then just secure that with my low tack tape. Low tack tape on the Centura Pearl doesn't really tend to peel away at the fibres, but it's still just habit. Whatever is going to be the waste part of the die cut, I'll just go in and secure it with my low tack tape in that way. I'm going to get another plate here because that one's starting to banana already, and that's only because so many of us use the plates that we don't always know what side the last person used them on. So if you ever see them that they're starting to dip when we've got them here, that is why they're used so much. But as I say, you know, when I came in, well, it was me yesterday, so it wouldn't really matter, but when I came in yesterday with Lily being on the demonstrating side, because all our plates are stored at the sides, I wouldn't have known what side of the plate. So that is why we tend to find that they start to bend and buckle a lot more, because we are not able to then follow along with that flip and flip and rotate technique. So what I'm just going to do is if I just come in with that die cut now, we're going to see that it's die cut absolutely beautifully. So we're just going to prise that one away. And because it's
wow.
not fibrous, it's not going to tear away at any of the layers. But even into the center, that center point has cut to perfection. I can see I'm going to then just pop these little bits out. You can use your little die release tool if you want to, but for all of the bits that are inside, it's not going to take long whatsoever. So once we've got that part done, what you'll see there is you have got now the right hand side that's been cut into your cardstock. So what we want to do is we want to release this component just here. So there's a couple of ways that you can do it. You know, you can do it with a pencil and then your craft knife and a ruler, or your V-blade paper trimmer. What I'm going to do, so that you've got a visual guide on this one, I'm going to use my ruler here and my pencil just to start with. So what I'm going to do is I just want to continue, because essentially what I'm wanting to do is cut kind of like a half aperture. So what I'm going to do within this one is I'm going to use my ruler and my glass mat combined, and then what we're going to do is I'm just going to make sure that my ruler and my pencil is aligned, and where the end of that die ends, I'm just going to draw around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that around, and then I'm going to do the same again. So I'm just lining up my ruler and lining up my cardstock so it's nice and straight. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a line. I'm not going to come right to this score line. I'm only going to come in essentially what I've kind of got widthwise between my score line here and my pencil line, which is here, which is about just over about 1/4 of an inch. I know it's harder to see, but once I start to cut, you'll get a better indication. And then I'm going to do the same, line up my cardstock, I'm going to line up my ruler, and then what I'm going to then do is then just come along and then do my pencil. So you can then have done that straight away with your scissors if you wanted to. What I can then do now, and I'm doing it because this is the way many of you will do it, certainly if you're relatively new to crafting, you're going to have your scissors, ruler, and you'll also have a pencil. So I'm just going to very, very roughly cut that aperture section out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in now with my smaller scissors, because I find this easier to do. And I'm just going to come in, and now I'm just going to cut along that pencil line that I've created. So we're going to cut along. And then at this point, when I get to that kind of 90-degree corner, I don't try and bend my cardstock to get my scissors in there. What I do is I just leave it, and this is where my explanation of a running cut comes into play, because I'm just taking that light run up to my pencil line, and then I'm going to follow on till I get to the end of that first cutting point. We just need to just snip that in and finish that off here. And then what I can do is then I can come back in now and continue that running cut up to that frame point. Just need to then just release that little corner. We can then come along now, and then we can then start to cut upwards. So we're just going to continue to follow, taking your time. And then once again, at this 90-degree, I'm not going to go in there and bend my scissors in, because I could stretch and tear my cardstock. I'm just going to come in, I'm going to take a run up with my scissors, and then start to cut along that pencil line there. And then we can then come in, and then we can start to just finish off that kind of half aperture, like you can see just here. And then that's then going to give us that half aperture with that perfect framework. So then what I'm going to do, let's go in and then let's just finger fold these ones over. We can come and burnish them just shortly. I'm just wanting to get these ones aligned, folded in, and then what I'm going to do is I've got a bit of acetate here. Now I've cut my acetate to just the size that I need. So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my red liner tape, and I'm going to use the 3mm one for this one.
Okay.
Whereas I'm just going to find that end, and then what we can then do is I'm going to go right to the edge of my aperture, and then I'm just going to cut. I'm not worried about this side at the moment. I'm just going to go in with my red liner tape around the half aperture into here. We're then just going to finish this one off here. So then what I'm going to do is, now that I've done that section, I'm just going to come along, take my tape, and then I'm just going to, it's kind of like infill little bits. I'm not going to be precise for this one. I'm just going to go in and do little sections on the outer area. Not worried about the detail at the moment, because I'm going to come in with my tacky glue when it comes to the detail. Because you can use your tacky glue with your acetate, you just need to give it extra time to dry. So therefore, the red liner tape all the way around, that's going to be nice, and that's going to be nice and secure and hold the acetate in, and it's going to hold while my tacky glue is drying within the middle. So I'm going to take these off first, because if I put my glue on first, which you could do, but there's more of a chance that I'm going to get my my hand in the way and end up spreading it. So I'm just going to do that bit again, because I was just taking that layer off. So if we take our layer, bring it back up, and then I'm just going to continue it right to the side, finish it off, give it a nice little burnish, pick away at that top layer. Let's find that one. We're then just going to take these ones off, and then I've got my tacky glue to the side here, so I've got that good to go in its nozzle. I'm just then going to take these last little bits. This is then when it comes to adding the acetate, it's going to add extra structure within the middle here. Because at the middle, in the middle, at the moment, it is just going to be very, very flimsy. So you need something to stabilize it. So for this, what I'm just going to do is go in with my tacky glue, and I'm not going to go over the whole entire lot with this tacky glue. I'm just going to go around some of these larger areas. You can be using your permanent spray adhesive if you want to, or you could always put a little square of your double-sided adhesive sheets all around the back of your initial layer. Anything like that, you can absolutely do, or your dotty tape runner. But I do like to just use my tacky glue. I'm just going to put a little bit at the side here, but the red liner tape's going to hold all that in. But we're just going to add that into place. I'm then going to come along now and then bring my acetate into position. So I'm just going to line that up as to where it needs to go. I'm just going to press in, and because I've only added a little bit of the tacky glue, it's not going to spurge out or press out everywhere. It's going to be nice, held together. That red liner tape's going to create that extra strength. You've got that flat snowflake along the top. So then all that we need to do is, if we come in with our base, the box of our base, and for this one I am keeping it, you know, relatively simple. I know it's quite a detailed die cut to do, but the actual project itself is quite simple, because there's just the die cut and the cutting, and then it is the case of just assembling. So what I've also done, because the middle, the actual inner layer of your box is going to be 6 inches, I've just taken this blue, which was actually from the Mediterranean Dreams collection.
Oh, yeah.
And it is a linen blue, because I like the look of a linen blue. And in actual fact, I need to trim that ever so slightly. I'm going to use my trimmer for this one, because there's less chance of gunking up the edges with my trimmer than there is with the guillotine. So we can then just go in and take a little slither, and then nice clean, there's nothing that's been gunked up there. And then we can then go in and add that in to the middle just there. So that's going to give you the contrast of the blue just way in the background. You can do a drop shadow if you want to on that snowflake, similar to what I done with the under the tree this morning, and that would look really nice, because then that's just going to break up the royal blue Centura pearl on the front to the blue linen on the inner layer. Because the only thing you'll need to keep into mind is doing the blue on the blue. The blue of the royal blue could fade in to the linen blue that's been seen underneath. So a drop shadow would look lovely, but for the sake of the show and the time, I'm not going to worry about this. This is more about showing you how you can use these Christmas half dies in a different way. So there is the box base. Let's come in with our lid. I've already got my red liner tape on here. So we're going to take these. What I've also done as well is I've got a little tag that I just need to stamp my sentiment on. Okay. I'm going to use one of the sentiments from one of the penguin sets. So I just need to fold them into place, work them round, create that little miter joint at 90 degree, into position here and then here. So then there's our snowflake. We've got that structure when it comes to the lid. I'm then just going to pop that straight on. So that's what I mean by the royal blue. It's just kind of falling into that backdrop of the linen blue. Nice with a piece of drop shadow snowflake, or what I'm going to do, because it's going to be quicker, let's come in and then let's cut a piece of white cardstock. So that linen blue was roughly about 6 by 6. So let's try 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And then if we pop that into the, perfect. So then that's still going to fit, but I'm still going to get a nice layer of the linen blue within the outer matting layer. But then what's going to happen is, having this as white, we're going to see that snowflake within the lid a lot easier. So let's just bring that in, move that in, and now what you will then see is the snowflake a lot better.
Yep,
so let's come in with this little tag. So this tag, all that I've done is taken one of our tag punch. You can either use your die or the actual punch. But what we're going to do is let's go in with, let me just use this 6-inch one because that's what I've got to hand here. And then I'm going to go in with a special Christmas delivery. So we can come in with that one. Let's add, I'm just going to use Noir Black for this one. Either blue, Midnight Quick Dry would be a good one for this.
Oh yeah.
But we're just going to go in and then let's do it that way because that would be nice. Because it's a little bit of a small stamp for a large tag. So if we flip it on its side, we can see we've now got that one. That one can then sit just at an angle. So I'm going to come in with that one. And then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to have that at the top there. I'm going to come in with some glue gel. And then let's take that one. And then keeping it simple but elegant. And then what I will do is I'll show you something that I was experimenting on and it did not work. So I just want to show you in a second. So there's our box. So there's our snowflake with our half and half. So you can see how lovely that looks. Now the other day I was just thinking, I was like, right, what else can we do? What else can we cut into? Wonder how it would look if we started to create our own backdrops, our own colours to cut into to create a box. So I've taken some of our watercolour cardstock and I've just gone in with our blue inks. And as you can see, it's not worked. So I know some people will say, can you do your inky backgrounds and do different techniques and die cut, which you absolutely can. But I just thought what I'll do is I'll show you is this. You know, if you take your watercolour cardstock and do all your different backgrounds with your inks, water reactives, sparkle pens, aqua pens, for a technique such as doing a cut into the lid, it does not work. It's not going to work. It's just going to break down the fibres. Your adhesives aren't going to stick. The corners are just going to tear. So therefore, it was a nice little experiment to see, but it just goes to show, you know, I don't want you to be wasting your cardstock at home because that's a substantial amount of cardstock and ink that's now been wasted. So, you know, when it comes to stuff like this, yes, you're going to be able to cut into all your backgrounds that you create with your inks, but when it comes to something that you need that substantial weight to, keeping in mind that cardstock, watercolour card, it's been soaked and saturated in the coloured ink. It's not suitable for you to do construction with in that sort of forum. So I thought I would show you, I've done it, so let's show you it. So, you know, at least now you know you can steer away with that sort of technique, but you can come along with any of your other heavyweight cardstock.
Perfect, and I think that's quite nice to see, because at the end of the day, we are crafters. We do sit at home, we do experiment, and a lot of the time, yeah, we look at it, it does work out, but it doesn't always turn out quite how we planned some of the time. So it's nice to share with you guys at home, you know, if we do make a little bit of a crafty boo-boo and it doesn't quite work, why not let you guys know at home so you don't make the same boo-boo. But like you saw with Craig, there are lots of fabulous techniques you can be doing to great effect with these amazing dies. This is your Christmas half crate card die collection, 6 dies in total for a Platinum Club price today of £77.47 or $90.97. The designs that you'll be receiving as part of this fabulous bundle: the Winter Snowflake, the one we've just seen with Craig. Only way to get this fabulous Under the Tree die set is within this bundle, no longer available as an individual, basically because we haven't got many of them left, so the only way to get that is part of this bundle. Next up we have the gorgeous Yuletide wreath, love that one. And then we come on to our fabulous Jubilant bells. Like I was saying earlier, not just for Christmas, how about using that one for weddings as well? Then we have our pretty baubles, really sophisticated classic design with that gorgeous die set. And then finally we have our joyous poinsettia, absolutely ideal for your paper piecing, maybe a stained glass window techniques as well. Just a beautiful die set. All 6 dies as part of that collection for a Platinum Club price today of £77.47 or $90.97. Now, before we go on to the first of our Monday mega deals, I just want to say a few hellos, because I know I've not said hello to any of you lovely people tonight yet. We've got Susie on the socials once again. We've still got our George and our Nicola in my ear, giving me, I was going to say encouragement, abuse. They're talking about cheesecake and all sorts, you know. It's that time, it's 6:30 on a Monday evening. It's cheesecake chat, let's be honest. Anyway, who is joining us?
Did you... Tracy and Nicola went out for cheesecake and I didn't get invited.
Oh, apparently they went out for food and cheesecake apparently happened to be on the menu.
Why wasn't I invited out for food?
Anyway, moving swiftly on, we have got the lovely Karen joining us from Kentucky. Maggie's in, Donna's in, Carletta's in, Sissy's saying hello, Polly's saying hello, Beth is in, Linda's saying good afternoon, Teresa's saying hello, Hazel's in, Alicia Gordon is saying good afternoon, Carolyn Wilson is saying hello. Oh, you two have been wonderful all day. I only have little ones to do Halloween for, so I didn't buy the entire lunch, but picked up the smiley ghosts and stamps and paper pad. They're ready for the scary. Oh, that's a brilliant thing as well, isn't it? You can cherry pick, you can create your own bundle. You don't always have to go for the complete collection. We do always offer you options, which is something I absolutely love. Mary Beth Doyle is in from Minnesota. Jane is joining us from Las Vegas. Apparently it's raining. I can't imagine rain in Las Vegas, but I'm sorry to hear you've got bad weather. Diane is in for the 3rd time today. Oh, she's absolutely loving today, although her bank may not. Honestly, Diane, it sounds very, very familiar, believe you me. Lois is in, Kirsty D is saying good evening. BJ Clark is joining us from Oysterville in Washington. Diane is saying what a fun day. She bought her showstopper earlier. Good call on that one, because unfortunately the showstopper's now gone. Zoe's in from West Sussex. Betty saying hello from Idaho. Oh, Brenda's very much looking forward to tomorrow. We've got Lillian in saying hello. We've got Sam McDonald all saying evening all from a dark and dull Darlington. Well, I hope it's not heading our way. Probably start throwing it down as soon as I set foot out the door ready to walk home. But at least I've got my umbrella, so I'm prepared. Rachel Brown is in. Barbara is in. Lois is loving the demos so far already. Vanessa saying hello from Florida. Oh my goodness, so busy again tonight. Suzanne is saying good evening as well. Oh my goodness, so many people joining us on this Monday evening. It's been such a busy day and it's been fabulous to have your company throughout the day. Now it is a Monday Makers, and no Monday Makers show will be complete without at least a few Monday mega deals, and we have certainly got a fabulous selection of Monday mega deals coming up on tonight's show. You can find them all over on the Shop the Day and Shop the Show page over on the website if you want to get ahead of us and get in early. But I'm going to show you the first of these right here, right now. Now, I do say quite often, I absolutely love my vellum, and this is a stunning vellum stack that we've got coming to you courtesy of the Sarah Signature Bohemian Collection. 24 sheets in total of your 8-inch by 8-inch vellum. Absolutely adore vellum. Just gives you such a lovely soft translucent finish on your makes, a really ethereal look to all of your cards or projects. Add it behind your apertures Add it maybe in the top of boxes and your lantern style boxes, and it will give you more of a diffused, more of a diluted effect. But you've still got all of those gorgeous colourways that we know and love that came as part of that Bohemian collection. You've got your beautiful jade greens, you've got your midnights, you've got that lovely rusty orange sort of colour, and all of your purples in there as well. Beautiful printed vellum, 8 by 8 inches in size. You've got plenty to get playing with when it comes to this collection, and 24 sheets in total. Today, as part of this Monday mega deal, you are getting a 10% saving, taking that Platinum Club price down to £9.35 or $10.79 for all 24 sheets of your fabulous vellum. Definitely do get in for that one. Even if you've already got it, you'll probably be running low if you're anything like me, because it is so much fun to craft with. Great time to stock up and restock your stash, because quite frankly, when this goes, it has gone, so make sure you grab it while you can. Now, we've been talking a little bit about box making. Obviously, Craig has shown us the most gorgeous box that he's popped together as part of that first demonstration. But if you want to create boxes with a real difference, maybe boxes of all different shapes and sizes in the most incredible configurations, then this die and stencil selection definitely is one to go for. This is our treat box selection. You are getting 38 dies and 3 stencils in total for an absolutely incredible Platinum Club price today of £31.20 or $35.20. You're getting 2 different sorts of themes when it comes to this fabulous selection. You're getting both your Prism and your picnic treat boxes. And first up, we've got our gorgeous Prism. Now, what we'll see when we have a look at this die set, you have got that outer mechanism, that worker die. That's going to be what allows you to actually create your outer box, your box itself. Then we're including all of those inner embellishment dies, your panel dies with the option to have your detail on there, or not if you so choose. Maybe you're going to cut the detail onto the panel, or maybe that detail is going to be cut into the side of the boxes, maybe with a battery operated tea light on the inside, maybe some of that vellum as well to get that lovely soft translucent effect. You can absolutely be doing that with this fabulous set of dies. But it's not just about the panels and that mechanism die, it's about all the additional embellishments as well. It's about your foliage, your doilies, your plaques to stamp your sentiments onto, all of your additional embellishments, which is what makes your boxes really special. Now with these, the idea is, yes, you can cut that die once and create your singular box, but we also give to you the stencil. You might be looking at that and thinking, what on earth is that all about? Well, don't worry, there's full instructions included, but basically the stencil is what allows you to turn that single box into a multi sort of box with several different boxes joined together, and that stencil is what allows you to join those boxes together. Craig will be showing us this technique with one of the designs in this collection in just a moment, but like I say, full instructions included, so it's super simple to follow along those instructions and create whatever style of box you so choose, because you've got instructions for both the singular box and that multi-box box, if we want to call it that, a multi-box box. Multi-box box, 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 box. Anyway, yeah, you've got both, which is absolutely fabulous. But it's not just about the Prism box when it comes to this collection. You are also getting this fabulous picnic treat box as well. Exactly the same idea when it comes to this one, in that you've got your outer die, which is the mechanism die, which creates your actual box itself. All the mats and layers, and I love the fact that you're getting real variety in terms of the mats and layers. You've got ones with a straight edge, you've got ones with a scallop edge, you've even got ones with a stitch edge as well. Embellishment dies, once again, ideal little dies for stamping your sentiments onto, and your beautiful decorative dies as well, so you can make these look really, really special and really elegant, and sort of change up the style however you see fit. And then as well with this one, you are also getting all of your stencils included too. 2 different stencils when it comes to this picnic treat box. One which will create the lid if you doing your multi-box box, where you're joining 4 together, which I know is what Craig's about to show you in just a moment, and you get your other flap stencil as well, which is what allows you to join all of your boxes together. So options again when it comes to that one. We talk about 2 different boxes if you like when it comes to this collection, but really there is so many more. We're talking at least 4, and that's before you even start experimenting and playing and coming up with all the creative ideas that I know you guys at home already have. Now that's your treat box selection with 38 dies and 3 stencils in total for a Platinum Club price today of £31.20 or $35.20. Now I've said there's full instructions, but it's always great to see it live and see these come together in front of your very eyes. And I know that's exactly what Craig is about to do in just a moment.
Rightio. So I'm conscious of the fact of when we've showed these as of late, we tend to do a box or such, but we never actually show the roll-out feature. So with the picnic box, that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, I've showed these ones a number of times. I made these a good couple of months ago. Nice just to theme them for baby boy, baby girl, or of course, if you don't know the sex of the baby, go with the yellows or the creams. And then what I've done is I've just done like the ABC blocks on them. So within these ones, because they're nice just to do little socks in there, or little bibs or something like that to theme them. So if you are going to be going and gifting them to someone that you know that's been had the baby, then of course you could do. You can see you've got these ones just here. So nice for maybe a little stall at a craft fair, and then of course you can sell them if you want. So this is the one that we're going to do right now. So we're sticking with the pink theme. So what we've done is I've already done 3 of these.
Okay.
Now, to actually create the fold-out feature with this, you're going to need 4 of the boxes. Now, you don't have to design them all exactly the same. You know, you can change them up if you want to, but I'm still running with the baby girl theme. You know, so that's why I'm going to stick with the pinks. Now, what you don't need to do is pop anything on the back, and you'll see why just shortly. So whereas I've put the ABCs, you don't need to do that if you're creating an actual kind of box centerpiece with the rollout feature. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take some of our cardstock. Now, because it's construction in a box, I'd recommend anything between 250 GSM onwards. Between 250 GSM, 350 GSM, then that is going to be working a treat. Now, this is just some pink gingham cardstock that I have at my stash at home. So it's not one that we have specifically in any of our ranges, it's just one from my stash. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run these ones through my Gemini. Now I'm going to try this without the magnetic shim, because there's a good chance it's going to cut no problem without the shim. So therefore, why put extra pressure on the plates if they don't need them? By the sound of the cracking, it sounds like that they are cutting no problem. So let's have a look and see. So it has, so just at the, it's just not quite caught at the end. However, there is a cut line. So what I'm going to do, instead of trying to measure or line all that up, all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to follow that cut line that's already there. So I can actually see, you can see how it is pretty much cut. Yeah. It's just the corner that's not quite grabbed. So what we can then do is then finish that one off.
And is it an A4 die cutting machine that you'll need for this die?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, you will do indeed. All the other elements you'll be able to use, certainly your junior and your midi, and then quite a few of them you will be able to use something like your mini if you want. Okay. And then what I'm just going to do is you do have your score lines, so we're just going to go in and give them all a fold. So we're just folding over all of the pre-scored lines. Each time as well, once I've gone in and scored them with my fingers, I'm just going to come along and take my bone folder and give them a really good burnish. So we've got all of those little tabs. We're just going to come in here. What to do is something like box making that has a scoring element to it. If it cuts without the magnetic shim, you just need to take into account that you may not see the score line crystal clear, because the score lines are all done to do with the pressure of your die cutting. Yeah. So less pressure means less pressure on the score lines, which then means it might be harder for you to see and then fold. So if that's the case, just come along with your scoring board that you've seen me do there and put the little score line in, and then of course you can then just come along and give it a burnish. So we're just going to go in with these last few here and give it a nice burnish as well. So just aligning that one into position, and then we can come in with our last one once again. So we're just going to fold that one in along the score lines. And then I've also got these ones just here. So I know that the score line is very, very hard to see within that one. So I'm just going to come along, and I know where the score line needs to go, because this is where the straight end ends, and then you go to that curve. So I'm just going to join them ones up here and then fold them in. And then we're just going to do the same within this one here.
I have to say, I always, even with my dies that do score, I always still just go back in with that score.
Yeah, no, you do, don't you? Yeah, and it's not a bad thing to do. If it just means it's going to enhance the score line, and make it a little bit easier, more precise for you to then, of course, come along and then assemble. It's absolutely worthwhile doing. So let's come in with our last fold here. So we're just going to fold that one in. We're going to go in with our bone folder and give that a burnish. So that is our box all done. So let's come back with the plates here. And then what I'm going to do is, we've got lots and lots of layered dies here, embellishment dies here that you can start to use. So I'm going to come along with this one here. So a little bit of pink, which is from Once Upon a Time, Sarah's Once Upon a Time collection. So we're going to go into this kind of checkered sort of design. Now you will need this one 4 times. So if you're going to go all around the 4 edges, you'll need 4 of these per box. Now you don't need to watch me do all 4 of them. I've already got mine done. But there is that one. What we're then just going to do as well, we're going to go in and we're going to create some layers for the top. So we've got our square that's got our little perforation lines. So that one can go onto our pink cardstock as well. So we're just going to go in and tape that one down. We're going to go in with a little bit of white and we're going to take the love heart that we've got down here, and that can then be cut into there. We are then going to go in with this little strip, so that's going to be a nice little decoration for the little front fold of your box. So that can go into here. So this is why so far all of these would go through the mini with no issues at all. And then what I'm going to do is, let's just go in with this one here. And all these layers that I'm cutting, it'll all become apparent in a moment. So let's tape them ones down for now. Let's just move that. Actually, let's put that underneath out the way. And then we're going to go in with our plates. So this time, because we've got quite a scale of layers over the plates, I'm going to go in with all of them. And then I've got a few, most of them are simplistic shapes, but then we've kind of got that checkered one as well. So we're asking the machine to cover a lot. So I'm just going to go in with the same plate configuration, full plate configuration, and then remove this one. So what that's then going to do is, that's going to give me that gorgeous pink square, which I can then come along and I can mat and layer that onto a piece of white and then a piece of grey that I've already cut. We've got our love heart. So if I take that one off here, now what I've done is this little shape. There is a smaller die, the same, slightly smaller, which is, if I can pick it up, is this one just here, which is going to sit nicely over the top, which that one's then going to go like so. I've then got my little die that's going to decorate the edge of the fold just nicely, so we can pop that one out, and then we can just pop all these little bits. And then what we've also got as well is then we've got that one. Now I love this one just as a whole. This whole die set, this box die set, is absolutely one of my favourites. I love it so much and I use it so much. So for this, what we're going to do is we're just going to come along. Let's take that one and then let's use our dots for speed. You know I would be using my tacky glue. So let's go in with our dots, with our adhesive. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that straight over a piece of white multi-purpose. So I'm just going to put that straight over. What we can then do is just take our scissors and I'm just going to cut all the way around. So I don't want any layer for this. I just want the pink to be on the white and the white to be see-through when it comes to all of the die cut detail. What I'm then got is grey. So all the grey that I'm using is from our 12 by 12 textured cardstock. So that's where I've got all of these from. And then I'm going to go in with a die that is missing from the set, which is great. Okay, we'll just have to improvise. So when it comes to this die here, you also get another rectangle matte and layer die. So what I would do is I would then cut that out into the grey and matte and layer that on. Let's just take a rough guess. As I say, I've got all 4 of them done. but let's just take a rough guess, just so you can see where I'm going. So let's come along. I'm just going to neaten these edges up here. So if I then cut, just want to make sure, yep, that's right enough. And then that is 1.5. So remember, you've got a die to do this. It's just disappeared for now. That I would then mat and layer onto that grey using the die that's included. So I've got all of these ones done. So let's bring these ones in here. So that's them there. So we've got them die cut in pink, and then we've layered them onto the white and then onto the grey. So let's bring this in just now. Now I do like to decorate the inside as well. So I've just taken my guillotine and just cut my own squares and rectangles. You could use some of them that are inside. And then all that I'm going to do is go in, pop that one into the middle. I just find for something like this, it's a nice little dinky box, but you know, you could be popping in an inexpensive gift. It's just a gesture gift, a token gift, but you want it to be really nice. You want the inside, because let's face it, they're going to see the inside as well as the outer design. So what I'm going to do is go in with all of these layers here. So I'm going to pop these rectangles in first. I'm going to do this side as well. I'm not going to do that just this second, because what I need to do, if I were to do that, let's pop this one in, move that into position, slide that in.
I'm just thinking this would be perfect for a certain type of sweetie, wouldn't it? For your little love heart sweeties. How cute would that be?
Oh, right enough, yeah.
A very inexpensive gift, but put in a box like this and it looks so much more special.
Now, if I were to pop that one on now, our tab is going to cover it up. So what to do at this point, and I'm not going to do it now because I'm going to decorate the edges first.
Okay.
Leave these two blank. If you are going to decorate inside, leave these two blank until you've gone and constructed it. Then construct it, then put the tabs in, and then you're going to stick the pink over the little tabs.
Great tip, that one. So
let's come in with these ones now. So these ones here, so these three, I'm just keeping flat. So I'm going to put the pink onto the white. And with this one, you do get an additional square mat and layer die. I've just cut them by hand. So the pink one I've used the scalloped edge, the
stitched edge.
Stitched edge, thank you. Stitched edge square die that's included, and then just done a little mat and layer with the white and then the grey. So what I'm going to do is this pink can go onto this white, like so. So let's just pop that in and then move that into place. And then what I'm going to do is these can go onto a foam pad. So that can go on one, and then the heart can go on one. So that can then go onto there. So let's pop these ones together first. So I'm going to pop that into there, and then I'm going to come along and then bring the heart into there. We're going to come along now, and then that one can go on what will be the lid. And then while we're working on the lid, what we can then do is we can bring in that little floral die cut. So let's press that in to place here. We're then just going to come in with this one, and we're just going to pop my little dots of glue all the way around the floral here. That's then just going to go onto the tiny little tab down into here. Of course, you could have done that in a bright pink as well, but I just thought the white worked really, really well. So then before we assemble it, let's go in with our 4 little banners. So these are all exactly the same. So they can go One is going into there. But you could have glitter cards shining through if you want to, a mirror card shining through if you want to. You've got so much scope. There is so many dies when it comes to these. I mean, that little chained effect die, you could use that in the foil press and then use the outer die to die cut it out. So you're incorporating your foil press then. So all that we need to do is then just finish this outer layer here. That will then have given me my 4 boxes. So let's take this one and my glue around the edge. And just FYI, that small amount of glue that I'm putting on will be more than enough for it to be strong, really strong, held together.
And that's the beauty of our tacky glue, isn't it? It's fantastic stuff.
Yeah. So there is all of these ones now. So what we're going to do, and for speed for this, because I want to quickly show you the actual construction, which won't take long at all, we're just going to pop our tape on. So we're going to go in, and where we would usually create a box, we're just going to create that little 90-degree miter. So let's bring that one in to there, and then that one into here. Now what you can do if you want, these aren't glue tabs to be folded inwards. You know, you can use them in that form if you want, but these are actually, you know, just your little boutique luxury boxes where you get the little tabs that are naturally folded in. That's what these are for. So leave them like that. As I say, if you want to then fold them in to create extra strength, by all means you can absolutely do that, but no, they are left there for those little inner tabs. So all that I need to do before I show you the actual construction of the pop-out element is we're just going to go in. Now I would do this flat, but I'm doing it in my hand up high so that you can kind of see. All that I'm doing with my tacky glue is just moving that into position. So now that's covered the tabs that you can see here. So let's just bring that in, bring that one in. We'll do the same within this one just here, and then what we can then do is bring that one in. If I bring that just there so you can see, slide that up, slide that up. I'm going to move that on the side so I can see. Right, happy with that. So there is that little dinky box done, which has given me now the 4 of them that we can see here. And then all that I'm going to do, this isn't going to take long because I've got all this prepped out ready. But for the actual box itself and the template, you do get instructions. Ours have gone awry, but it doesn't matter, I remember them. What you're going to need is a piece of card that is 5 by 5. You're then going to take this template here and you're going to draw around it 4 times. So you're just going to come along. So I'll do 1 so that you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that 4 times in whichever cardstock you're using. So we're just going to follow that around, and then those little dash lines I've put in, they're going to be your score lines. So if we come along here, and let's just bring in our scoreboard. We're just going to give that a score along those little dash lines I've done here. So you're, of course, going to do that 4 times. Once you've done that 4 times, you're going to add your adhesive onto the tape. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to stick 1 on there, 1 on there, 1 there, and then 1 there. Once you've done that, it's going to look like that. So that is how it's going to look. So this is going to be the inside. But what I have done beforehand is I've just done matte and layer. So same cardstock, matte and layer. That one there, that's just an additional piece of white cardstock. That is just to hide the joins, Lily, that you can see there. I didn't really want it a special cardstock because it's the base. You're not really going to see it, but it's just adding extra strength. So that's how you're going to do that initial base. This one here for the lid exactly the same, well, not exactly the same. Draw around the whole lot, put your little pencil lines in, and then cut out. That's going to give you your box lid.
Oh, lovely.
So that's going to give you your lid. So what we can then do is let's bring all of these ones in here. So I'm going to come in, let's bring this, we'll do the lid in a moment. I'm going to come in, so I've also done a little matting layer for the middle here. So we're going to bring in our boxes now. We're going to bring in our 4 boxes. I'm just making sure I've got a nice amount of tape in, and that is then just going to go into the middle. So you decorate it as you want. So we're going to come in now with our box lid. So I like to do it so that the opening of the box lid, the opening of the lid is to the inside of here. So you're going to go right up to the corner of this one here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do that to the left-hand side of each one. So let's envision that there. So let's look at that at the top. So that's at the left-hand side of that panel. So twist it around to make it easier. Left-hand side. Twist it around. Left-hand side. And then turn it around. And then you've got that left-hand side. So then what we're going to then come along and do is I'm going to use my wet glue for this. So we're going to give that a nice coverage with the wet glue. And you do want to come right up to that corner. I like to fold in as well, just to make sure that we're nice and neat and then in place. So that's fine, that's nicely leveled. I'm then going to do the same within this one here. So let's go in with our glue. And then we're going to go in right up to that corner there. I'm going to come in, let that do its thing, and then press down. Let's just let that grab once again. Let that grab just for a few moments. We're then just going to turn that around. We're going to come in with this next one here, and then work our way in with our glue. Right into that corner, press down. I'm just going to then lift to make sure that we're nice and even along the base. Hold that, for that to then grab, turn around, and then we can then come in with this last one. Let's then, hopefully my glue is going to hang out within this one. Make sure I'm right way. We're then just going to then line up with that corner, move it in, make sure that it's all nicely held together. So I'm just going to move that out the way just for a second, so that can continue to finish drying. And then all that I'm going to do here is let's finish off the lid that I've already decorated. So that's just a few mats and layers. Those little love hearts, they came out of that panel die there.
Oh, lovely.
So instead of using the panel die, I just used the tiny little love hearts instead. Then these little scallop circles, that's in the set as well. Finished off with another love heart in the middle, just here. And then, like we would do any other box, we're just going to go in, we're going to add our adhesive, and then form that lid in. So we're just going to turn it in. We're just then going to turn it in and then work in. And then what we need to do, one last thing, although it's optional, so there's our lid. Let's bring this back in. And then all that I've done is got little panels just to fill in at the side there. So let's just add them in. I know it's been a detailed demo for this, so we may as well just spend that extra minute putting these in, seeing as I've done them. We're going to pop them into there. Let's just bring that in. And I'll be totally honest with you, this isn't an hour project. You know, to do it start till end, 2 hours max maybe. Maybe just under that. But it's certainly not an hour or 45-minute project.
But it's one of those you really get your teeth into. You enjoy all those different stages, and at the end of the day,
100%.
you don't have to do it start to finish, do you? You could just do one stage one evening, maybe come back, do the next stage the next evening. Don't think you've got to sit down and do it from the very start to the very end. It's up to you how you choose to create these boxes. But it's one I know I love creating these boxes. It's one you're going to really enjoy creating at home.
You're absolutely right on that one. So then what we can then do is just come along and see how these are just going to form together.
Oh yeah.
Form together and then form together. Now I've got a little bit of extra, what's the word? Bulk going on because of my foam pads. So you do just need to keep that in mind. So I maybe wouldn't necessarily put my foam pads in. So why have I got, after all of that? No, that's fine. So popping that in, I wonder if it is just to do with the bulk. The chances are, let's pop that one in. What I might do, let me see if I can then, let's get this corner one. Right, we've just got it, it's just a little bit tight and no more. So what I'll probably do is come along and take those layers off. But you can see where we're going with that one there. So in the meantime, because I've just got that little bit out the corner there, I'm going to take a couple of those layers off. So keep that in mind when it comes to the boxes, certainly with anything that's then just going to fold in on themselves. You just need to take into account that the way that get compressed, think about the layers that you've got. But that whole construction, let's just say, you know, you're going to take your time, you're going to enjoy that process. But that one there, that's one that I absolutely love. I really, really am pleased with the way that the pink, white and grey's turned out.
Yeah, absolutely. I adore that colour combination. I think pink, white and grey is such a stylish and classy colour combination. But of course, when you get these dies home, you could be choosing whatever cardstock, whatever papers and whatever decoration you want to be adding to these. Maybe you were lucky enough to get your hands on that brand new Showstopper collection, that All Hallows Eve range. Maybe you're going to be bringing that into the play and actually going to be decorating your boxes using your Halloween themed items. That would work absolutely brilliantly. But if you want to create something as fabulous as Craig has just shown us, then you'll need to get your hands on that treat box selection. You're getting both the picnic box that Craig's just shown us and the Prism treat box as well. All those dies, all those stencils included for a Platinum Club price today of £31.20 or $35.20. Now we're going to give you a chance just to check out those baskets, maybe grab a cup of tea, and we'll be back in just a few moments. So see you in a couple of minutes. Goodbye.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right? Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly how he looks.
This is awesome! This is awesome!
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. An amazing day we've had here on the channel. It's been absolutely incredible, so busy, and we're having yet another amazing show with our Monday makers. Some fabulous demos from Craig already, and we've got some lovely comments from you guys at home as well. So I just want to say a few thank yous to all of you that are joining us. Saying hello to Judy, who's joining us from New York. We've got Catherine in, Rhonda saying hello. Kirsty D's talking about cheesecake. We do love talking about our cheesecake. STS is saying hi from Florida. A lot of comments coming in about how much they're loving Craig's demonstrations so far already today. Honestly, it's been some incredible demonstrations, been some incredible products. Of course, that brand new launch of our All Hallows Eve collection. It has sold out, that showstopper, but if you want individuals, check those out because they are still on the website if you want to sort of cherry pick and build your own bundle. Of course, we are part of our Craft Spooktacular event at the moment as well. It only launched yesterday and it's running all the way through till the end of the day on Thursday. That's giving you the opportunity to, yes, celebrate some of our incredible Halloween launches. And yes, we do have another one coming up tomorrow, so make sure you get in early for that launch. But also we've popped together a selection of some of our bestest Halloween sort of themed items over on the website. Some of them as well will have a little ghost image on their product photo. That is part of our ghostly points hunt. So if you want to get some extra bonus points, make sure you're finding those items, get those checked out, and we'll be adding extra bonus points to your Club Inspire account, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, we've already shown you one of our Monday mega deals. I think it's time that we showed you yet another. And this is an absolutely incredible value for money bundle. I'm just looking at the price on my screen and I'm a little bit like, goodness me, is that quite right? But we won't question it. The office has gone home, so quite frankly, there's nobody here to change it. It's too late, so take advantage of it while you can. For just £15.61 Platinum Club price or $18.89, you're going to get everything that I'm about to show you, and you're getting a saving of over £50 or over $60. Wow, absolutely incredible value for money. If you've never tried our credit card dies before, or maybe you just want to stock up your stash with even more dies, what a great bundle to go for. or if you're thinking about Christmas presents or your craft clubs or anything like this where you're going to be splitting up the dies, then this is going to be absolutely ideal. First up, we have one of our fabulous pop-out dies, being our Santa's reindeer. Looks just like an ordinary card to start with, but then open it out and you've got that fabulous pop-out element. Just such a gorgeous design for all of your Christmas and wintry makes. Now, talking of your Christmas pop-outs, we're bringing to you another design as part of this collection, this being your sensational Snowflake. Again, lovely card, you can decorate the front however you see fit, but open that out and you've got that gorgeous pop-out element on the inside. Aren't they just super, super cool? No need for a craft knife, the die does it all for you, which is brilliant. Then we have more Christmassy themed designs with our gorgeous winter stags, but don't just think Christmas, think the whole season of winter. With this one, typical of our Create a Card die range, you've got that inner cut in die, you've also got that outer die which enables you to either cut that detail into the front of your card blank, that could be into the top of a box as well if you see fit, or it could be cut out as a panel if you use that outer die as well. Perhaps you want to go a little bit more traditional, then your Christ is Born die set will be absolutely ideal to enable you to do that. And once again, that cut in detail, that cut out detail, however you choose to use these, you've got the most gorgeous, intricate designs, one pass through the die cutting machine, and you've got the most fabulous cards literally in an instant. How incredible is that? And then finally we have our Christmas Angel. What a stunning die we've got with this one. I say die, it's a die set. Again, you've got that inner cut in detail die, but use that in conjunction with that outer die and you can cut all that fabulous detail out of your card as a panel. Now think how you could be snipping into this. Maybe you're going to be removing some of that detail at the top. Maybe you're going to be paper piecing some of those designs, or even snipping into it and decoupaging that gorgeous angel over the top of that base plate. However you're using these, what an absolutely outstanding deal that you're getting. It certainly is a mega deal, that is for sure. When you're saving over £50 or $60, taking your Platinum Club price all the way down to £15.61 or $18.89. An absolute steal of a deal, that is for sure, when it comes to that incredible Create Card Assorted die collection. Love that one. Definitely one that you want to be checking out and adding to your baskets as soon as you can. Now, I absolutely love these. You know I love my stamps, you know I love my colouring, and these are just the cutest range. These are our fabulous penguin stamps. Absolutely love these designs. These are just so, so cute. And you've got the opportunity to actually build your own collection however you choose to do so, because we've got all of the individuals over on the website. We're going to take you through the designs, but with them being individuals, whether you want to go for one or all of them, it's completely down to you, but a fabulous price on each and every single one of these gorgeous stamp sets. Now these are clear stamps, making it super easy to actually stamp with these. You can see exactly where you're stamping and you can choose to colour them however you choose. First up, we've got our Christmas hugs. I mean, how cute is he? For £3.19 or $4.76, you are getting that gorgeous penguin himself with all the sentiments included as well. Maybe you're actually going to stamp it onto some of your pattern papers and paper piece up his jumper, paper piece up his little hat, or perhaps you're going to be bringing out any colouring medium of your choice, whether it's your alcohol-based mediums, whether it's your pencils, whether it's your water-based mediums. However you're choosing these, they are so much fun to colour. That's our Christmas hugs. Next up from our penguin stamps collection, we have got our gorgeous Have an Ice Day. He is having so much fun. He is just absolutely adorable. Look at him, he's gone out ice skating, he's got his little ice skates on. He is having an absolute ball. He is just the sweetest little fella. And again, you've got all of your stamps for your sentiments too, so you can really finish off those makes absolutely perfectly. Once again though, just £3.19 or $4.76 for that full stamp sheet, which is absolutely fabulous value for money. Next up, maybe we want to go slightly more traditional. It's quite nice, this one. Still a bit of a mix of traditional and modern. It is super, super cute. I just love him. He is adorable. This is our Christmas Blessings. Once again, £3.19 or $4.76. I love with this one, stamping it out, colouring it in, leaving the wings blank, but then coming in with your glitter glues. You can do the same with the halo as well, and that works absolutely fabulously. Such a beautiful image that we've got with this one, and once again, all of those sentiment stamps to finish off your makes absolutely perfectly. Love that one, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Now next up, we have the most adorable Sending Holiday Cheer. Now this is super, super cute. Look at him, he's having the time of his life, just popping out that present. I mean, change up the colourways, could be a completely different coloured present. You could be going in maybe with like your Zen doodling or Zen tangling techniques on that present to give it a fabulous pattern. You could get so many different results when it comes to this stamp. Bring out your sparkle pens, even your glitter glues. If you're lucky enough to get your hands on our puffy snow, that would work a treat, on the fur on his hat as well. But once again, for this stamp set, all of those stamps included for just £3.19 or $4.76. So completely up to you how you choose to go for these, whether you're going for the individuals or whether you're going to be adding them all to your crafty baskets and getting those checked out. We have got options for absolutely everyone. We've got options, but we've also got inspiration, because I know Craig has got a demo lined up using these gorgeous penguin stamps. So Craig, let's have a little look what we've got coming up next.
So yeah, we're going to have a look at them, but I just wanted to show you, I was determined just to rectify what had happened there. So I've got it all sorted now, and it was just extra layers that when it comes to the foam pads. So what I've done within each one, I've taken the initial layer away from a foam pad, and I've kept the love heart on one foam pad. And then my idea was these, you know, if you are, you know, you can either use one of them and use them as a little way to give a gift to someone that's had a new baby. Or what about selection of different things? You know, you could have little booties in one, you can have maybe a little vest in one, maybe a little summer's hat that you can see just here in another one. So lots and lots of ways in which you could use these little dummies or pacifiers in another one, just keepsake little things. So all of these you'll be able to then just use, popping it in, and then maybe you want to then put the baby's date or something in the base, you can do that. Let's just close them up, fold these ones in, and then you'll see here that it just goes in, no problem whatsoever, all sorted. So I just wanted to show you that. I didn't want you to be left hanging being, you know, well, did he get it sorted? So it's all sorted. So here we go. Let's, in actual fact, because that'll need to go up and against the vote later, so let's put that there. Right, let's come in with some of our cardstock. Now for this one, I'm going to be using the Illustrator pens. And in actual fact, I'm going to use one of the tri-colour pens as well. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the Noir Black. Now, because I'm not going to add a lot of colour, and because this is actually going to be a topper, I'm just going to do it onto my white multi-purpose card. Because you can absolutely colour on your white multi-purpose card. The best is going to be your Nina to do with the fibrous layers. But, you know, if you run out, you can use your white multi-purpose. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink this one up. So I'm going to be using our Christmas blessings, and I'm going to go into my cardstock. So I'm just going to stamp him or her out, and then just going to press, keep one hand still, move the other one, and then once I'm happy with that, which a tiny little bit just at the side, press that in, there we go, happy with that. So stamped him or her out, and then all that I've then done is then I've just come along and then I've just done my die cut. So that's using my stitch edge nesting.
Not again.
Gotcha.
Oh no, so we've had a little bit of a glitch. It's probably because our internet has been quite so busy with all those orders placed on our fabulous All Hallows Eve collection. So we're just going to take a quick little break. Hang tight. If you've got anything sat in unchecked baskets, now's the perfect opportunity to check them out. We're basically just going to turn the computer off, turn it back on, and we will be back in a couple of minutes, fingers crossed, for no more gremlins. So we'll see you in just a couple of minutes. Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. Thank you so much for bearing with us. The gremlins, we've chased them out the door and fingers crossed we should be all right for this last half an hour of the show because I know we've got so much more we want to pack in. We've only got just over half an hour left of this Monday Makers show. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be all right for the rest of the show. Now, without further ado, I'm going to go straight back over to Craig as he's just started that fabulous penguin stamp demonstration and we want to make sure that we see this card absolutely come to life. So Craig, it's back over to you.
Rightio, thank you, Lily. What I'm going to do, so I've already stamped out the penguin, and as I was saying beforehand, what I have done is I've just gone along and used my stitched edge circle nesting dies. So we've got lots of lovely ones, but I'm going to be using the Christmas blessings for this one here. Now, if you know me, I don't use the Illustrator pens in that kind of traditional way that many of the team use them. I just use them as a way to build down the colour and start to blend them out. Essentially, I use them in the same way that I would use my classics and my tri-blends. So I'm going to go in with the Ice Grey 2 and then I'm jumping to the Ice Grey 6. So all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to start to lay that colour down. Now, yes, I'm doing it in that flicking action, that little flicking action, but I'm not doing that with the purpose of to get like movement when it comes to the lay down of colour. I'm simply doing it just to get the colour onto my card. So what we can then do is go in, start to layer up, build it up. So it's the Ice Grey 2, and we're just going to work our way around. Got that nice smooth action from those Japanese nib. So we're just going to go and then work our way down. So building up that initial layer with the Ice Grey 2. So I'm just going to go into all of those tiny little pieces, those little detailed parts of the penguin. And then I'm just going to go in and start to finish this initial layer. So I'm just going to go, and then when it comes to these, I'll either flick towards me or flick away from me. So we can go in with that one layer here. So at the moment, all that I'm going to be doing is a two-tone blend. I'm not going to be doing any more than that. Might change my mind by the time that I start to finish this layer. But that's where I'm going with at the moment. So I'm just going to do this section at a time. So what I can then do is go in with my Ice Grey 6. I'm going to go in with my really, really fine nib with this one. And I'm just going to then just come in round the edges here. So these ones I am kind of doing a little scrape or a little flicking action in just to the side there. I am just going to go and blend it out in a minute with the other one. So I'm just going to work my way in. So where I've got that darker shade with those little highlight lines that have been done for us, I'm just going to go in and come round. So I'm just going to work my way into here and then I'm just going to follow all the way up again. I'm going to come right to the top and I'm going to work my way in just to that little tufty bit at the top. Just slightly round, and then actually I'm just going to come down into here. I'm going to come in then with my Ice Grey 2 once again, and I'm just going to overlap that dark. Now remember, that is quite a considerable jump that I've done, Ice Grey 2 to Ice Grey 6. That's because I do want quite a lot of depth here. And I want depth without having to do a 3 or a 4 tone blend, which you can absolutely do. You know, it looks absolutely phenomenal, but you can still get a lot of depth just by going in with 2 shades. So I'm just literally re-going over what I've done, but I'm just blending in that darker of the Ice Grey 6. So I'm going to continue in with this bit here. And then what I will do is I'm going to work my way around the arms and also the legs as well, Lily.
Fabulous. While you're doing that, I think we should say a few more hellos to the lovely people that are leaving us comments over on YouTube and on Facebook. I always say I just love hearing from you guys at home. I love to hear what you've been purchasing, what you're perhaps going to be creating when you get your crafty goodies home. And of course, we love all of you, the love that you send in for all of our demonstrations. It does mean an awful lot to all of us here on the team. A lot of you are loving the demonstrations. You're loving the penguin stamps as well. Karen's saying all of Craig's products are so amazing. Absolutely agree. Wanda's saying she's enjoying the show. She's currently working on mermaid pop-up box cards. Oh, they sound absolutely
nice.
fabulous. She's loving all the Halloween launches. Her pumpkin and witch's hat dies are out for delivery. Wow, exciting. Hopefully not too much longer before they'll be winging their way to you. Oh, Violet is saying she has these penguin stamps. They are so cute. Samantha's saying, oh, the ice skating penguin would work on a slider card. It certainly would. We are loving that last box that Craig's just made. Michelle's saying makes a great gift. Catherine Baker's saying, oh, those little socks are so cute. And Pammy is loving the little baby booties. We've got Catherine is saying she loves watching Craig colouring. It's so relaxing. It certainly is. I love colouring, but I love watching people colouring as well. There's something so mindful about just even seeing that process and seeing that amazing image come to life. You can see just with the 2 tones of pen that Craig is using there, it really is starting to look got quite a lot of depth and dimension onto there. After this demonstration, we will show you the fabulous deal that we've got on our Illustrator pens. But if you are looking to start that journey, that colouring journey, Illustrator pens are a fabulous place to start, especially on the deal that we've got them on tonight's show. So we will share those with you a little bit later on in the show. But if you want to get ahead of us, then absolutely you can do that. Check out the Shop the Day page and you'll see our collection of Illustrator pens over on there.
Right, just going to go and let's have a look. Yeah, that one will be fine. I want how bright is. Yeah, so I'm going to go in with the nectarine, so OR2, and then I'm just going to go in with the feet along the bottom just here. And then what I'm going to do is come in with the next one just along the top ever so slightly. So still just sticking with the 2-tone blend. Then going to go back in again with the OR2. So that other one was bright orange OR3. So what I'm going to go, so although they say that they're bright, which they are, but they've got a bit of darkness to them. It's not like highlight orange when it comes to the brightness. So I'm just going to work our way just into there. And then I'm going to go in with the, now is it here, offhand, looking for, let's go in with, how dusky is this? Oh gosh, no, that's not, I thought that was more like a very light grey. Right, let's just stick then with the ice grey too. What I'm going to do, ice grey too. I'm going to go in with a really, really fine nib. And I'm just going to come on that inner part. So where it would have the white of its fur, I'm just going to work my way in underneath. So instead of going on my outer line of my stamped impression, which I tend to do with the ice grey too, I'm actually going on the inner part. So it's inner body just along into there. I'm going to do the same around there. But what I do with the Illustrator pens, whether it is the actual Japanese nib end or this really, really fine nib, I don't tend to just go in a normal flow, Lily. I tend to do tiny little dots and dashes.
Okay.
It's just something that I tend to do with the Illustrators. So it's like that start and stop. So I still get that little bit extra movement when it comes to the application of these. I'm just going to just lightly in and under. And then what I'm going to do next is let's go in. I'm going to go in with one of my tricolours. I don't know if these are in stock at the moment, but what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go into the base of the wing and then going to go into the mid to blend that out, because I just feel that these ones work really, really well with the wings.
Oh, lovely, yeah.
And then I'm just going to go in and finish. So this one was the Iris, Pale Blue and Pale Mint, which is magentic tones. Mystic tones.
Mystic tones, ooh.
Don't know, majestic, magentic, mystic.
Mystic.
Some kind of tones.
Yeah. Some lovely pretty tones that work perfectly for penguins' wings. I think that's exactly what it was called. Something like that anyway.
Something like
Close
that.
enough.
Yeah, we'll go with that. We will go with that.
It does work a treat, that colourway. You know, I'd never have thought of using one of my tricolours for the wings, but it does work. Certainly is a technique I'll be trying out, that is for sure.
It does work, doesn't it? It really does work. Gives it that nice calming feel to the wings, that angelic tone to our penguin. So let's just blend that one into there. And then all that I'm going to do is let's grab a yellow. So let's go in with, just going to go in with a gold. And I'm just going to go around that halo that we can see here. And then I'm going to do the same again as before. So I'm going back in with that ice grey too, and I'm just going to lightly sketch just around, ever so lightly. Nothing overpowering, because we've got a lot of greys going on here and a lot of darkness, but I still like to have my little shadow all the way round. So every single stamped element I go around with my ice grey too, or your very light ice blue if you wanted to. It's just ever so slight, and it just lifts off the page. So I'm going to work my way till we get to the bottom, under the feet.
It does make a big difference, doesn't it? Just outline it, just a quick little technique, but it really does make that image pop. Love that.
It does, it really does. And just grounding him or her, and just doing a little scribble.
Aww.
And then we've got our
Absolutely
cutesy little
gorgeous
penguin that we can see here. So then all that I would then need to do is then come along and do my matte layer, and then once finished, so if you were to go in and really build up the tones, so go in with a lot more of the grey tones, in with the darker shades, you can really get a lot of depth when it comes to that penguin.
You certainly can. Absolutely love that. What a gorgeous stamp that you've got as part of that collection. That comes to you as part of the Christmas Blessings collection. Absolutely gorgeous set of stamps. You are getting all of those clear stamps, 5 stamps in total. It's just £3.19 or $4.76 for all of those clear stamps. They are just absolutely beautiful stamps. Bring out whatever colouring techniques you choose to use with those. You can see though that they work absolutely perfectly with your fabulous Illustrator pens. Now, talking of Illustrator pens, we certainly do have a fabulous deal on those Illustrator pens on tonight's Monday Makers for all of you guys at home. Now, if you're wanting to start your colouring journey with your illustrators, then this is a great place to start, because you're getting 48 dual-ended pens in total for a Platinum Club price today of £52 or $88. A real vast range of colourways that you're getting as part of this collection as well, which is great because it doesn't matter what sort of images you like colouring the most, there's something covered for you as part of this collection. Perhaps you enjoy colouring your cute characters like your penguins, perhaps you're more into your natural and your nature, maybe it's landscapes. It's completely sort of covered when it comes to all of your different colourways in this collection. So first up, we've got our sketching, and all of these are dual-ended pens. We've just seen with Craig, on one side of the pen you have that real lovely brush nib, and then on the other side you have a super fine bullet nib, and that's the same on all 48 of these pens. Next up, we then have our figure, and I was saying on this morning's wake-up call, this was actually the very first collection of Illustrator pens that I added to my crafty stash, and quite frankly, my love for Illustrator pens started right there, and it's grown ever since. I've been growing my Illustrator pen collection. I love the quality of those brush nibs. It is just such a joy to colour with, and they are just the most beautiful pens that I think you could ever wish to work with. So that's your figure, and then we come onto our seascape, where we've got all our lovely blues, our teals, our minty greens, some of your browns and neutrals as well, so definitely going to be a very useful set of pens when it comes to those. And then finally included, another very useful one, if you love all your flowers and your foliage and your nature, then your landscape is going to be absolutely perfect. All 48 pens in total for a Platinum Club price today of £52 or $88. You're saving £34.96 or $69.96, and that's before you even take into account that incredible Platinum Club saving as well. Wow, definitely an absolutely brilliant bargain to go for. If you're looking to start that colouring journey, then what a great place to start with your illustrators. Now, we're going to go back to an item that's proved incredibly popular already on today's show, we're actually going to be able to sneak in one final demo with Craig. He says, do you know what? Yes, absolutely, I can sneak in one final demo before the end of the show, and so that's exactly what we're going to do. But first up, I want to quickly share with you the items that you'll get included as part of this incredible collection of dies and stencils. You are getting 38 dies and 3 stencils in total for a Platinum Club price today of £31.20 or $35.20. You're getting your 2 different styles of box. First one being your picnic treat box. We saw that in that demonstration earlier. You can use that outer die to create your box, but then bring in your 2 stencils, and then you can start to create your multiple boxes with those by layering together different boxes. You get almost like that pop-out box element. And then we are bringing to you the Prism treat box. Same idea with this one, in that you've got that outer mechanism die that allows you to create that single box, but then you can cut that, create several different boxes. Then at that point, you're going to bring in your stencil. You're going to bring those boxes together, joining them together to create that almost like a roll-up box of your multiple Prism boxes. Both die sets and all of those stencils for a Platinum Club price today of £31.20 or $35.20. That means you're saving over £40 or over $45. So it's better than half price when it comes to this fabulous collection of dies and stencils. Now I know Craig wants to sneak in one final demonstration, and that's exactly what he's about to do right now. Craig, we've got about 15 minutes left. Can you do it?
Yeah, we can do it. I've got lots of these elements already done here. So we're going to use the Prism box for this one. So you can use it as a single on its own, like we're going to do now with a few of the Halloween elements, or using the templates. This is the roll-up that it starts to create. So a lot of fun, different ways in which you can use this Prism box here, but that's how you're going to be using it if you want to create the roll-ups. All that you need to do is create 6 of your little Prism boxes and then use that template to form it together. But let's just use it as a single box. So what I'm going to do now, I've already used my black Centura pearl that we had in a few bundles yesterday throughout the day, and I've used the die, the outer die, to die cut. Now for that one there, I didn't need the magnetic shim again. It was just the 2 cutting plates and the frosted shim, and that die cut an absolute dream. So for that one, you do also need your large die cutting machine. What I've then done is I've taken a few of my 6x6 papers from the Halloween collection. So in actual fact, before I show you them, what we're going to do is, what I have also done is, using the linen cardstock from the Halloween collection, I've used this detail die and the outer die to die cut. So I've ran these ones through together. So if you use the detail die on its own, it's going to cut into your card. It's like a little create a card panel. By using the 2 dies together, you're going to get a separate component. What I've then done, using just this outer die, I've die cut that again, just that outer die within my green linen cardstock. And then what I've done is I've stuck them together, and then that's given me one of my panels that we've got here. So that could be lovely even just on the front of a DL card or a slimline card, but I've just stuck them together using my tacky glue. So with that extra die there, that outer die, what you've then also got is you've got a slightly bigger outer die. So if I move that one to the side for a moment, what I've then done is, using these 2 dies now, I've come along and I've used the smaller one to just kind of section off a part of the paper pad that I like. So I've gone along and I've selected that section there, and then I've gone along and used this larger die within my linen cardstock, attached them together, and it gives me that. And then I've done exactly the same on another piece of the pattern paper. I've used the smaller of the rectangles to section off a little scene. I've used the largest one in with my linen cardstock, and then that's created that one there as well. So what I've got is, I've then got 3 different panels. Now, that could be from one pad if you wanted it to be, and that could be like the scene that's just extended over your actual die cut box. So now that I've got those ones there, what I've then also done, and let's take these couple of dies just here. So these ones and these ones. Also using our linen cardstock from the Halloween collection. I've cut that in the orange and I've cut a little circle within the green. So that's given me that one. And then we've got our little triangle, which is great for the little corners. So I've cut that out in purple and green and done a little drop shadow. And I've done that twice. So then that's going to give me my little triangle for opposite ends. So what I'm going to then do now is I've already put my low tack tape on these two little tabs. So I'm just going to lightly fold it together just so I get an idea as to the direction and the flow. So I want it to be here. So my images are in this direction. So I'm going to go in like so. So what I've got within these ones here is I'm just going to come along with my my double-sided tape and my pokey tool. We're just going to take the backing off that I've already got going, and then this one, what we're going to do is that one can sit nicely into place here. This one we can then come along, take my backing off, we're going to pop that one into place, and then before I secure that third one, I just want to double check. So as we fold that one together, so there is our lid. So that's how I've got my design facing forwards, what I want. So what I want to do is make sure, so that back one has to be the other way right. So that's the way that I had it. So if I had my image facing me in that same directional flow, that one will then be upside down by the time that you fold it together. So just make sure if you're doing something similar, that this last one, so the image, or the layer where you've got this little fold-in tab has to be facing the other way. So we can then pop that one into place here. I'm just going to come in with my little triangles. So if I use my tacky glue for this, just because I've not got my tape on. So that one is then going to go into position just here. I'm going to let that grab just for a moment or two. I'm then going to come in with this one as well, and then we're going to then add that one into there and then press. So we're just going to hold that one in. What I'm then going to do is start to assemble it together. Now, you might be inclined to put adhesive on these tabs here. If you do that, then you won't actually be able to use the box. These aren't adhesive tabs, so if you stuck them down, you're not going to be able to open it. These are just a nice little tab box for you to tuck in that main fold. So if I come in with these two here and that one there, we're just going to then form that one in together like so and press that in. We're just going to come in with that one and press that one in, fold them ones in. So we've now got that as a little worker die that you can see here. If you wanted to do some hook and loop or a little magnetic disc or something like that, then of course you can do. Let's come in, I'm going to come in with this one here. Let's take that off. Now of course this little front layer you can always start to assemble before you assemble the box. But I'm just going to come into here, press that in. I'm going on that side because the orange is going to work well with the pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns that we've got on that side. We're just going to then take my pads off here. I'm just going to pop that one into there, and then I'm just going to come in with all of my leftover bits that I've had from throughout today. Let's take, we could always come in with a little happy Halloween, or we can come in with our, I like the ghost.
Oh yeah, I do.
I like the ghost, so we're just going to leave it with the ghost. Let's come in with a foam pad, and then you can add some gems and pearls and additional little die cut elements from the collection if you so wish, but I'm just going to leave it with the little ghost because I know we're running out of time. So if I bring that one in, little ghosty can go onto the front.
Aww.
And then there's our little Prism treat box that you can see. So we can see, we can open that up, we can pop things in there, and then that is another, in actual fact, all my demos tonight have been boxes.
They are, aren't they? How strange, yeah. Wow, it's always like a box making masterclass on our Monday Makers. Wow, some absolutely incredible demos tonight, Craig, as always. We're going to get those demos lined up just now so you guys at home can get voting. It's going to be a tough one, that is for sure. Some really different demos. I mean, they might all be boxes, but all completely different styles. We've gone Christmas, we've gone Halloween, we've gone everyday. We have got so much to share with you when it comes to the demo of the show. So what's it going to be? Let's have a little look what we've got to vote for.
Rightio, so we've got our Christmas half dies, so our half create a card dies, so we've got number 1 there into our little box, so number 1. We've then done number 2, so that is using our picnic boxes that you can see just here. So we've created that one, showed you how you can create and form that whole 4 pop out. So that's number 2. Number 3 is with our little penguin stamp with our Illustrator. And then number 4 is another one of the little treat boxes, the little Prism box that you can go for. So that's 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Oh, it's going to be a tough one. They're all so different, aren't they? All the different styles, all the different colourways are all completely different. So it certainly is going to be a tough vote. Get those votes in and then we'll get the vote going for demo of the day. It's going to be another super tough one because I'm just looking at that up there. Demo number 1 and demo number 2 are absolutely stunning. Whatever wins demo of this show is also going to be absolutely stunning. So my goodness me, 2 tough votes tonight, that is for absolute sure. Now I did say we had a few of our Monday mega deals which are absolutely outstanding, so I thought we'll sneak in another one before the end of the show, and this is all about creating your triple easel cards. You're getting a twin pack of your triple easel creator card dies as part of this collection. 23 dies in total. Your Platinum Club price today is £15.67 or $19.56. Now these are what allows you to create your triple easel cards with absolute ease. And what we mean by that is basically, clue is in the name, it is literally 3 easel dies, 3 easel cards even, joined into one with the use of your 1 set of dice. So this is your hearts that you're getting as included as part of the collection. Absolutely gorgeous. Of course, you don't always have to be using it every single time as a triple easel card. You can use them literally just as heart nesting dies. It could be a single easel, it could be a double easel. But with these dies, it allows you to create the triple easel if that's what you want to do with these. Now, next up as part of this collection, you are getting that gorgeous book. These are once again allowing you to create your triple easel cards. How cool are these with the 3 stacked easels all in front of each other? But of course, once again, it could be a single easel, it could be a double easel, or it could just be 2 fabulous actual nesting dice that you're getting as part of this collection. So you're getting both designs included, both the heart and your book for a Platinum Club price today at £15.67 or $19.56. Now I'm just on the hunt down here. We are looking for some of our easel, some of our edgeable dies. Nicola, I'm not sure they are down there. They are over here. That is why I'm on the hunt for our fabulous edgeable dies, and here they are. They were hiding from me, but they are here, and they are a fabulous, oh, blimey me, they certainly are a fabulous deal. It's better than buy one, get one free when it comes to these gorgeous edgeable dies. We have got our special friend, the most gorgeous sentiment die, not a small die when it comes to this one, a really large scale die, which is going to take center stage on all of your cards. We've got that edgeable die concept, which means that one side is going to cut into your cardstock, the other side is going to cut out, so it allows you to create all of your concept cards like we can see here, which is absolutely fabulous. Just love that one. And then as part of this twin pack, you are also getting another of our gorgeous edgeable dies. This one being with Heartfelt Sympathy. Beautiful slimline sort of design with this one. Cuts into your card absolutely beautifully. Think of paper piecing, thinking of adding your acetate or your vellums behind, and you're going to get the most gorgeous finished cards when it comes to that lovely die set. Now, oh, we've just been told the vote is very, very close. Apparently it's very close between, it's very close between number 2 and number 4. But demo of the show is going to, I have to say it was my favourite, number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2 is demo of the show.
Fab.
So, right, it's time to start that vote off for demo of the day. I've got the first 2 here, 2 absolutely stunning cards, and going up against that beautiful box. So first up, Wake Up Call. It feels like days ago, honestly, but an absolutely beautiful card. Thank you, Craig. We have got our gorgeous wreath style Happy Halloween card. Absolutely beautiful. That is demo number 1 if you want to go for that one. And then next up we have demo number 2, using once again our All Hallows Eve collection, bringing into the mix some of your fabulous inks. Just love that one. A little bit mixed media style with that one. The gallery are loving this one as well. But then we come to the one that you guys have just voted for. It's this fabulous sort of like pop-out box, if you want to call it that, using those amazing treat boxes that we've just been having a little look at. Love the colourways on this one, totally up my street when it comes to your greys and your pinks and your whites. Super, super pretty. That is demo number 3 if you want to go for that one. So is it going to be number 1? Is it going to be number 2? Or is it going to be all about the boxes tonight with demo number 3? What's it going to be? All totally different. It's going to be a tough vote, that is for sure. Absolutely gorgeous selection that you can get voting for. So we've got the voting from the gallery, but what's it going to be? It's down to you guys at home. Now we have another amazing deal that we want to quickly sneak in before the end of the show. We've got just under 4 minutes left. Not long left, but there's still time for you guys at home to grab a bargain. So this is all about your dies and your cardstock all in one bundle. You're saving over £20 or over $25, taking that Platinum Club price all the way down to £13.25 or $15.25. So this is all about the cats and the dogs, so it's going to be a super popular one, I think, with you guys at home. We all love our four-legged friends, and this allows you to create the most fabulous finished results on all of your cards. It's about cutting those silhouettes, and we've got different options when it comes to this one. This sort of intended concept is cutting several of those silhouettes together and layering them all up so you get that lovely layered design. But of course, these are all standalone dies. You can use all the hearts separately. You don't always have to layer them together. And then of course, we are providing extra embellishments in the way of the hearts here, and your sentiments. Have a perfect day. So that's your little doggy. Same sort of idea when it comes to your fabulous little cat with this one. You're getting all of your separate dies, which of course you can layer together or use separately if you so choose. This time you've got have a perfect day, and once again even more embellishments included. Let's be honest, £13.25 or $15.25 would be a pretty cracking price point when it comes to those two sets of dies. But of course, this is a Monday mega deal, so it has to be quite frankly mega, and this one certainly is, because we're also including for that price point a pack of your fabulous luxury cardstock, and this is your precious metals. Included in this one, you're getting 10 of your glitter card, 2 of your 5 different colorways. You are getting 10 of your adhesive glitter cards, 10 of your matte mirror card, and then 10 of your mirror card, giving you 40 sheets in total. It's A4 in size and it's 300 GSM. So you're getting all of that cardstock and those 2 jam-packed die sets for a Platinum Club price today of just £13.25 or $15.25. That is an absolute steal of a deal. I mean, this cardstock you'll be using day in, day out, and let's be honest, so many of us have four-legged friends in our lives, so it's perfect to have both the cat and the dog designs included as part of this collection. Now, I can imagine it's super, super close when it comes to that vote. We have not got a winner announced just yet. Honestly, it's a tough one to choose, isn't it? Is it going to be Halloween, or is it going to be all about the everyday when it comes to that gorgeous box? So hopefully our vote will be coming in just a moment. But we are in the midst of our fabulous Craft Spooktacular event. Of course, we've seen that fabulous launch this morning of our All Hallows Eve collection, but the event continues tomorrow. We've got yet another jam-packed day coming up. We have got another brand new launch. I'm going to say it's Halloween nesting dies, and I am so excited. They are just absolutely fabulous. And then we've also got kind of like a double launch tomorrow. Tune into launch party tomorrow night. We've also got a launch coming up within that show as well, all about creating the most fabulous gift bags with absolute ease. So much coming up tomorrow. Again, that's going to continue throughout Wednesday and Thursday as well. We've got a launch Monday through Thursday with this week. It's going to be an absolutely fabulous week. It already is a fabulous week. We saw how quickly that sold out, so you're going to have to make sure if you want tomorrow's launch, you'll have to get in nice and early when it comes to that one. Nesting Dies Halloween, say no more. Now, we'll be hearing it's very close between all 3. Demo of the day goes to, couldn't call it in the gallery, wasn't my choice, loved them all, but it wasn't my most favourite. It's going to demo number 1. Wowzers, absolutely gorgeous. 3 amazing mates, Craig, and let's be honest, all of your demos today have been absolutely outstanding as ever. I've had a fabulous day. I hope you have as well. I think we've all been pretty excited, so thank you so much for today, Craig.
Yeah, really good. So I am up early tomorrow because I'm going to be on Hobby Maker all tomorrow afternoon. If you're watching here in the UK, of course, you guys can across on their YouTube. And then I'll be back here Wednesday, Thursday and Friday as well, part of these new launches from our Halloween collection. So yeah, it's going to be a good one.
It certainly is. It started off with absolute style this week. week, hasn't it? And it's going to continue in the same vein. I know that for sure. I'm back myself. I'll be here for Wake Up Call on Wednesday. I'm kind of launching that launch that Craig's got because I've got Wake Up Call, so I'm super, super excited. So you have to make sure you join me for that and join the team tomorrow as well, because we've got another amazing day lined up. But thank you so much for your company today. It's meant so much to read all of your gorgeous comments. So thank you as ever for your company. Take care, happy crafting, and we'll be seeing you again very, very soon. Night night.